A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. George Bernard Shaw. This quote, George Bernard Shaw, suggests that making mistakes and learning from them is an essential part of life. It argues that taking risks and trying new things, even if they lead to mistakes, is more valuable and respectable than avoiding any action or challenge. Gallagher. Shaw believes that mistakes can provide valuable lessons and help individuals grow and develop in ways that would not be possible if they remain stagnant or passive. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. You see things, you say, why, but I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Animals are my friends, and I don't eat me friends. Shaw believed in treating all living beings with kindness and respect, and he opposed the idea of using animals for human consumption. He saw vegetarianism as a moral and ethical choice rather than a dietary preference. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Shaw believes that those who are unable or unwilling to alter their perspectives or opinions are limited in their ability to effect change in their lives or the world around them. The quote suggests that being open-minded, flexible, and receptive to new ideas is crucial for personal and societal advancement. Youth is wasted on the young if you cannot get rid of the family skeleton. You may as well make a dance. See, there is no love sincere than the love of food. Never wrestle with pigs, you both get dirty, and the pig likes it. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he has not believed that they cannot believe anyone else. He shouldn't. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same a second time. Patriotism is fundamentally a conviction that a particular country is the best in the world because you were born in it knows nothing and he thinks he knows. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself and hates them for it. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. The play was a great success, but the audience was a dismal failure. Hatred is the coward's revenge for being imitated. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane, the pessimists the parachute. I'm an atheist and I thank God for it. You don't stop laughing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop laughing. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. When a thing is funny, search it carefully for a hidden truth. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the windows through which you must see the world. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. You see things, and you say, why, but I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the on. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself and hates them for it. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. You don't stop laughing when you grow old. You grow old when you stop laughing. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. When a man wants to murder a tiger, he calls it sport. When a tiger wants to murder him, he calls it ferocity. The trouble with her is that she lacks TH. The most tragic thing in the world is a man of genius who is not a man of honor. Criminals do not die by the hands of the law. They die by the hands of other men. We learn from experience that men never learn anything from experience. A government which robs Peter to pay Paul can always deepen. Power does not corrupt men. Fools, however, if they get into a position of power, corrupt power. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. Imagination is the beginning of creation. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last, you create what you will. You'll never have a quiet world till you knock the patriotism out of the human race. When a stupid man is doing something he is ashamed of, he always declares that it is his duty. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Doing what needs to be done may not make you happy, but it will make you great. The thought of 2,000 people crunching celery at the same time horrified me. If you can't appreciate what you've got, you better get what you can appreciate. No man ever believes that the Bible means what it says. He is always convinced that it says what he means. I'm not a teacher, only a fellow traveler of whom you've asked the way. I pointed ahead of myself as well as you. I chose not to make a graveyard of my body for the rotting corpses of dead animals. As long as I have a want, I have a reason for living. Satisfaction is death. Reading made Don Quixote a gentleman. Believing what he read made him mad.